Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
We all have wishes at Christmas. Maybe it's a car, repairs to home, new appliances, or travel. Get yourself that perfect gift with a GUT Credit Union Christmas Make-A-Wish loan. You can get the money you need to make that holiday come true. Apply for a loan and you'll be entered to win one of 5 shopping sprees at Foodland Supermarket. Plus, great prizes from Sol AC Limited, Dean Mattresses, Digicel Grenada Limited, and Beacon Insurance. Call 440-1354. Email loan gutcu.com or visit go.gutcu.com/Christmas. Apply now and make your wish the perfect gift this Christmas. Special conditions apply.
This is Network News for Friday, January 6, 2023. In the headlines, taxpayers who are in arrears given the opportunity of a clean slate as government implements tax amnesty. Young boy who was reported missing has been found and is receiving help. His mother says thank you. Governor General declares January 7 University of the West Indies Day. Midwives and nurses in Grenada taught new methods in maternal health. Regionally, Trinidad and Tobago government proposes Senate President Christine Kangulu as President of the Twin Island Republic. The opposition objects. Internationally, U.S. unveils new border curbs for Haitians, Cubans, and Nicaraguans. Plus, in the sports news, Grenada Athletic Association hosts Adrian Mitchell Meet on Saturday. Good evening, I'm Kenroy, Baptiste here at Television Center at the Grenada Broadcasting Network. Details when we come back.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Top story, 100% off on interest and penalties. If you are in tax arrears before the period December 31, 2021, you are eligible. Christina John has been in conversation with Deputy Comptroller at the Inland Revenue Department.
Government has taken the decision to implement a tax amnesty, granting taxpayers who are in arrears an opportunity to begin on a clean slate. Randy Boyk Cadet, Deputy Comptroller, Inland Revenue Department, explains who is eligible and from which period.
The Revenue Division is currently on an amnesty program effective January 1st, 2023. And this program will go until the end of this year, December 31st, 2023. What can persons expect in this program? During the life of this program, persons can get 100% off on the interest and on the penalties. But those 100% interest and penalties off that they'll be getting will be for tax period prior to the end of December 31st, 2021. So all tax periods before the end of 2021 will be part of this amnesty program, where persons can get 100% waiver, automatic 100% waiver of interest and penalties.
It says consideration was given based on a number of requests from the public. It is important to note that this amnesty is not applicable for the 2022 tax period.
Internally, we have a time frame in which we expect all payment plans to expire. But some taxpayers found that those payment arrangements were a bit too steep. So they have been asking for us to extend our payment plans. And what has been happening, those requests has been coming on and on and on. And when we look at our arrest stock has been climbing. So there are persons who wanted to make good on the payment, but based on our internal arrangement where we tell them that they have to pay within X amount of time, sometimes they find that the period was a bit too steep. So we decided that we will grant an amnesty for an entire year, where persons who owe the government will be expected to pay the principal tax amount without paying interest and penalties. And I want to repeat, for the period prior to the end of December 2021.
Lonnie Alexis, Senior Tax Inspector with specific responsibility for collection and enforcement, says persons can call or come into the Inland Revenue Office to be updated on their tax standing. Here's how you can make your tax payments.
Say you are aware of your balances, you already have information, you know what to do, the government agreement. You have a few options. You can pay online, you can use p.gov.gd, or that's just specifically for property tax, so property tax owners. Or if you already registered with us on the tax services, you can pay on the tax services as well. Or you can come into the department, pay by cash, pay by check. For the persons that would have issued, it's important to know though, for the persons who would have issued to us before bank checks, in order to pay now, you would have to do a bank draft or pay with cash. So we will have information in the system once you have already filed. If you did not file, then we will need information. So then you know we'll have to bring in information so we can capture what you're filing and then tell you what the balance is.
The tax amnesty is extended to all tax types: value-added tax, income tax, corporation tax, among other taxes. Chrislina John, GBN.
Last evening, we aired a report in which a desperate mother was pleading for assistance in locating her 13-year-old son. The young boy, Jaden Thomas, who was missing since Wednesday, was found on Thursday evening. His now relieved mother says her son is currently getting the help he needs to deal with the issues that led to him leaving home. Rena Pett Thomas reports.
Joanne Thomas expressed relief as she informed the news team that her 13-year-old son, Jaden Thomas, was found in the Grandance area late Thursday afternoon. The mother, who spoke to GBN on Friday morning, was excited that her son is finally back home.
So I found Jaden yesterday evening, actually not me. My boyfriend was doing a search. He was walking in Grandance and then he was doing a look around as well for me. So he has found him yesterday evening walking around the Grandance area by the roadside. Well, I had some other friends with me searching, so we ended up going, to meet them, where he was at Grandance. I spoke to him a bit, he explained a few things to me. He didn't want to talk much because I'm not too sure, how he spent his night.
The primary school student was last seen on Wednesday after he left his father's home in St. Paul's for school. Jaden's mother says her son was experiencing bullying at school from students as he was unsuccessful in the 2022 CPEA exams. She said her son did give a reason for leaving home.
He did display definitely, you understand, that the reason why he didn't want to go to school is because a few children are troubling him, and when he goes back home to his father, the father is, demanding, that he goes to school, and if he do not goes to school, he's going to place him, in the juvenile center. So you see, that is the reason why he left.
The mother says that she is now getting professional help for her son, and she is hopeful that it will solve the problem he is facing.
He's home with me now. He used to stay with his dad over the years, but now he's staying with me now. I took him from yesterday, and I'll be working tremendously hard together with doctors and counselors, to get him, the best help that we can.
Thomas thanked everyone who reached out and supported her during her search for Jaden.
A lot of Grenadians, a lot of people there. There's a lot of good-hearted people in Grenada. I'd like to thank you all very much, especially for your guys' prayers, because prayers do move mountains a lot. So all who prayed, all who wished, all the concern, everybody, I'd like to thank all so much, definitely so much, from the bottom of my heart.
For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
So happy to know Jaden has since returned home. All right. Tomorrow, Saturday, January 7, has been declared University of the West Indies Day. Governor General Dame Cecile Lagrenade made the declaration. Christina John tells us more.
I now, therefore, Cecile Ellen Florette Lagrenade, Dame Grand Cross of the Most Distinguished Order of St. Michael and St. George, Officer of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire, Governor General in and over Grenada, do hereby proclaim Saturday, January the 7th, 2023, as UWI Day, and hereby call on all citizens of Grenada to reflect on the achievements of this important institution.
Declaration of UWI Day was made by Governor General Her Excellency Dame Cecile Lagrenade at a ceremony to commemorate UWI's 75th anniversary, which is being celebrated this year. Thursday's ceremony at the Governor General's residence was attended by UWI's representatives and alumni, which include Her Excellency the Governor General and Prime Minister Honorable Dickon Mitchell. Throughout its history, UWI has contributed to the educational achievement of Grenadians. Her Excellency noted the importance of commemorating UWI Day to recognize the many contributions made by this noble institution.
It's 1948 when UWI opens its doors to young men and women from our region to pursue degrees in higher education. UWI has produced countless men and women of distinction. Many prime ministers, governors general, and other civic leaders, attorneys and medical practitioners who went on to specialize in various disciplines, as well as nurses, economists, and educators, many of whom have distinguished themselves regionally and internationally, contributing immensely to the intellectual and social development of our region.
University of the West Indies was established in 1948 with the goal of advancing education and creating knowledge through excellence in teaching, research, innovation, public service, intellectual leadership, and outreach in order to support the inclusive social, economic, political, cultural, environmental development of the Caribbean region and beyond. A similar proclamation of University of the West Indies Day was also made in islands across the Caribbean. Christina John, GBN News.
This is Network News. Still ahead, midwives and nurses being taught new methods in maternal health. We'll talk about that.
Ridgeway Residences, a modern, exclusive residential community offered by Ariza. Purchase one of our completely built houses or let us build for you by simply choosing your lot, choosing your home design from our selection, and let us do the rest. Owning a home does not have to be a frustrating process. For more information, contact Ariza Credit Union on 415-0994 or send us an email on info@ridgewayresidences.gd. Ridgeway Residences, hassle-free home ownership.
Why pay full price for your mobile when you can pay half? Just bundle your home internet and mobile services with Flow and save 50% on your mobile bill. That's money in your pockets every month. Plus now you get free YouTube and WhatsApp data. And you can share your plan with up to 3 other numbers. Upgrade now and get a free free smartphone. Switch and keep your number. Learn more at discoverflow.co.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. But the prettiest sight to see is the holly that will be on your own front door.
New me in 2023. Coming to Courts Optical today and enjoy up to 35% off your frames and lenses with flexible payment plans available from 3 to 24 months. Schedule your appointment online today on www.courtsoptical.com. At Courts Optical, our comprehensive eye exam is always free. All major insurance providers are accepted. See in store for details. New me 2023 with glasses from Courts Optical. Value you can see.
Interest rates, win cash prizes for the best Christmas ever. So we'll make it, hey, para playing, hey, ham and black cake eating. Now this is Christmas.
Get unsecured loans up to $50,000 and a chance to win cash prizes this Christmas at
Republic Bank. We're the one for you.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via superb service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Have your family or friends ever needed cash now, but you are nowhere close to give it to them directly? With the cardless cash feature from Republic Bank Online and your mobile phone, it is hassle-free and convenient to send money to anyone, including yourself, using the Republic mobile app. Simply log into your account, access the cardless feature, enter the amount you want to transfer, and using the access code provided, the cash can be withdrawn instantly from a designated Republic Bank ATM without a card. Republic Bank Cardless Cash is convenience at your fingertips. To learn more about our cardless cash features, visit republicgrenada.com for more details. Special terms and conditions apply.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
We're back. Midwives and nurses are being taught new methods in maternal health as part of Cervical Cancer Awareness Month, observed in January. More in this Christina John report.
This year, as the theme Cervical Cancer Awareness Month suggests, the focus is on ending cervical cancer within a few generations. To further sensitize the local population, the Grenada Planned Parenthood Association has collaborated with other like-minded entities to host a two-day workshop for nurses and midwives working within the healthcare system and who are dealing with maternal health. Shaki Cornwall, Executive Director of Grenada Planned Parenthood Association, went into detail.
Just trained about 12 to 15 nurses to be able to insert IUDs as well as practice cryotherapy. And this is something that's significant for us because we are in the month of cervical cancer awareness. And quite interestingly, we also have a number of clinics that are going to be coming to community centers and health centers close to you.
Cornwall says these services are already available. However, because of the funding received, they are now able and better positioned to make it accessible to the outer health centers.
And these are some of the services for women, but we have to also remember that maternal health and sexual reproductive health is a concern that's beyond women. Oftentimes we think about family planning as a woman's issue, and sexual reproductive reproductive health as women's issues, but it is also important that we include men. And so within those clinics, we'll also have services for men so that they can have the STI test done.
Lynthia Buckmeyer, RN midwife attached to the GPPA, explained what's different about the training compared to her usual day-to-day duties.
Appreciative as well, yes, because it's procedures that we could do to help curve patients coming down with cancers, because with the cryotherapy, pap smears is one of the main screening methods that we normally do to help persons to find out if they have any precancerous lesions. And then with the cryotherapy is a form of treatment that could be used to destroy those cells before they get worse than they should, and then the persons end up in the later stage of cancer. So we're very acceptive, and we're very excited, and we're glad that that initiative was taken to allow us and the other colleagues to come to get that training, so we'll be able to help our patients more.
Cancer of the cervix occurs in the cells of the cervix, which is in the lower part of the uterus connected to the vagina. The abnormal growth of cells has the ability to invade or spread to other parts of the body. Based on research, the main cause of cervical cancer is persistent infection with high-risk types of human papillomavirus, HPV, an extremely common family of viruses that are transmitted through sexual contact. According to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, in 2020, an estimated 604,000 women were diagnosed with cervical cancer worldwide, and about 342,000 women died from the disease. The workshop was made possible by the CFLI Canada Fund Initiative. Chrislina John, GBN News.
All right, so amid an ongoing wave of COVID-19 in China, the Caribbean Public Health Agency, CARPHA, is encouraging ministries of health to maintain surveillance of severe acute respiratory illness. The rest of the details in this report.
Almost 3 years since the first case of COVID-19 was reported in the Caribbean, and the COVID-19 outbreak was classified as a pandemic. COVID-19 cases are still occurring in Caribbean communities. Added to this, there is an ongoing COVID-19 outbreak in China. In light of this, the Caribbean Public Health Agency, CARPHA, is encouraging ministries of health to maintain surveillance of severe acute respiratory illness, hospitalizations and deaths, PCR testing and gene sequencing of severe hospitalized cases, and those hospitalized in intensive care to avoid deaths. The agency is also appealing to the public to safeguard against the spread of COVID-19 and other respiratory viruses through personal responsibility. That is, practicing proper cough etiquette and mask wearing according to national protocols. CARPHA's Executive Director, Dr. Joy St. John, pointed out that many of the new subvariants of Omicron have been circulating in the Caribbean since last year, as evidenced by the gene sequencing results from samples submitted by member states to CARPHA. Dr. St. John said CARPHA is aware that more people are self-diagnosing through the use of rapid antigen tests, and so the current incidence of COVID-19 is hard to assess. She added that there is reduced reporting of hospitalizations and deaths due to COVID-19. She acknowledged that other viruses like RSV have resulted in hospitalizations in the latter half of 2022. Dr. St. John also stated that with the resumption of economic activity and school post-Christmas and the commencement of various festivities, it is critical that people protect themselves using the measures emphasized during the pandemic, including good hand hygiene, social distancing, mask wearing in crowded spaces, getting tested when having symptoms, and more importantly, getting vaccinated or boosted. Internationally, especially in northern countries, the flu season has been particularly harsh, with hospitals being overwhelmed with cases. Regionally, there has also been a rise in influenza and other respiratory viruses, which can lead to severe illness and, in some cases, death in the old, very young, and other vulnerable groups. The CARPHA official confirmed COVID-19 hospitalizations still occur and persons are still dying. For GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
A young boy who was missing for more than a day safely returned home on Thursday. The incident is creating a buzz on social media. Beverly Telesford has been looking around the platforms.
We present the news. You analyze the various topics and distill the issues as they unfold. Your distillation points matter as we're about to highlight them in our Social Buzz report.
A distraught mother was this week seeking the public's help in finding her son, who left home for school on Wednesday and did not return. Thankfully, Jaden was found on Thursday evening.
Lona Thomas is in tears as she is desperate to find her 13-year-old son, Jaden Thomas, who lives with his father in St. Paul's. She said he left for school on Wednesday and was seen by a neighbor later in the evening, but has not been seen since.
Don't live with me. He lived with his dad for the last 3 years.
Social media users took to the comments section to share their thoughts about this development. The following views are those of members of the public and not of the Grenada Broadcasting Network. This person said, "Oh my God, it's who feels it knows. Our children are being bombarded by so many issues, and to some parents, we don't understand because our generation was told to just deal with it and get on. Please pay attention to their well-being. They are fragile. Oh God, please speak to the heart of this young man." This person added, "Bullying is a big issue that needs to be taught in schools and at home. These behaviors always have serious influence on someone's life, both presently and in the future." Elizabeth said, "Bullying cannot be tolerated. No one deserves this." And this person chimed in, "Change the environment for that child. It will help." That's what's buzzing tonight. We encourage you, our viewers and listeners, to submit your think pieces on trending topics locally, regionally, and internationally via our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Continue to share your thoughts and concerns with us on our social media platforms.
Beatboxer and singer Kevin Olushola visits Grenada after over 30 years to reconnect with his Grenadian lineage. Stay with us.
WeatherGuard Pro. For every project, there's only one Pro.
If there was ever a time to keep and stay healthy, it's now. We at Hills and Valley are here to help you take deliberate steps to maintain your health. We stayed true to maintaining the most comprehensive rates while stocking the widest range of medicines and health devices, including personal protective equipment. There are so many benefits shopping with us. You get great savings through discounts for senior citizens and reward cards for loyal customers. Ask about owning yours today. Visit us at Halifax and Grenville Street, St. George, Jubilee Street opposite the Grenville Bus Terminal, and at Hillsborough, Carriacou. Our wholesale distribution on Halifax Street also stocks the widest range of pharmaceuticals. We are with you on the hills and in the valleys. We are Hills and Valley Pharmacy.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Paying is faster and easier with Flow FastPay. Use your MasterCard or Visa and pay from anywhere. Log on to discoverflow.co/fastpay and press Consumer. Select your country and enter your account number. Enter the amount to be paid and an email address. Enter your credit card information. You'll receive a payment confirmation with the transaction details, along with a receipt to your email address. It's fast, safe, and easy. Flow, keeping you connected.
Beatboxer and singer Kevin Olushola visited Grenada after over 30 years to reconnect with his Grenadian lineage. His mother is Grenadian. The American-born is a member of the three-time Grammy award-winning group Pentatonics. He also used some of his time in Grenada to connect with local artists. More in this Rena Thomas report.
Kevin Usula, also known as K.O., is an American singer, songwriter, beatboxer, and cellist. Usula is best known as the beatboxer of the a cappella group Pentatonic. The group won NBC's The Sing-Off in 2011. They released 11 albums, which have sold over 2 million records and have amassed more than 2 billion views on their YouTube channel. Usula is of Grenadian parentage, and Dr. Judy Dubois, a family friend, says Usula ought to be recognized as one of the Grenadian on the international market.
As much as I am Grenadian, he is Grenadian too. And I'm very proud of being here with him today because he has worked hard to get to this level. And not because he's family. I'm here mostly because he's Grenadian. And we shouted and jumped for Kirani James. We shouted and jumped for Lewis Hamilton. So Pentatonics, being a 3-time Grammy winning group, and they're up for the 4th Grammy, and they're really at the top of the chart for that Grammy. You know, it's something worthy of letting Grenadians know.
During a press conference on Thursday, Usula expressed hopes that the music industry in Grenada can be expanded to propel the country into the wider market.
Now that, like I said, this is not my first time, this won't be my first and last time here, and I hope to come back and continuously learn, continuously grow my relationship here with local artists and the local community so that I know how I can be of service and represent Grenada even better. And hopefully we can all bring this thing up together.
The 3-time Grammy winner also took the time out to answer some questions from local artists who was at the press conference. He shared advice on how artists in Grenada can make their work visible on the international platform.
Just the democratization of the internet that allows for people to get their music across is so important. I think TikTok right now obviously is a big place where people put their stuff on short form and showcasing just, you know, the beauty of what they do in 10 to 15 seconds. It doesn't have to be, like I said, big production. It can be something that just shows the beauty of what they do. And, you know, algorithms or whatnot, what you want to call it, people will find their music. I really do believe that.
For GBN News, I'm Rena Thomas reporting.
All the best, Kevin, on your journey in music. After clamoring for intervention for a long time, our ISO reporter is saying thank you to the people who stepped in. It's time to take a peek through the GBN ISO lens.
A good eye captures all. GBN ISO is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Our Our ISO reporter tonight is extending gratitude on behalf of the PTA, vice principal, teachers and students of the Florida Government School. They are saying thank you to every person who responded to their cries for a helping hand concerning a palm tree which was growing in the center of the school's kitchen. The tree has since been removed and the wooden floors have been replaced with tiles. The hole, which was once in the roof where the tree passed through, has also been sealed. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Grenada Athletic Association hosts the Adrian Mitchell Meet. The sports news is next.
Your Gifts of Love for Cheer 2.0. 'Tis the season for holly jolly days at the communal. It's all about sharing the warmth of this season with those you love, getting on this special loan, taking advantage of great interest rates with no principal payments until January 2023. Share the gift of love. Make it a merrier Christmas with the communal. Exciting prizes for members throughout the promotion. For we are your Santa this Christmas. Offer ends January 31st, 2023. Lending terms and conditions apply.
Level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
Hello sporting fans, the Grenada Athletic Association will host the Adrian Mitchell Meet on Saturday, January 7. The Adrian Mitchell Meet is in honor of the former Minister for Sports, Adrian Mitchell, who has been instrumental in the development of athletics throughout the country during his tenure as Minister for Sports. President of the Grenada Athletic Association, Conrad Francis, says the initiative is about honoring people who have contributed to the association.
This is an effort that we are making to really honor not only people, not only our coaches, but administratively, our administrators. So this year we are naming those two meets after two outstanding administrators of the sports, and from next year we will add more people to it, maybe coaches, maybe officials.
Francis says participation in this year's meet is better than previous years.
This is an effort that we are making to really honor not only people, not only our coaches, but administratively, our administrators. So this year we are naming those two meets after two outstanding administrators of the sports, and from next year we will add more people to it, maybe coaches, maybe officials. All our meets, we've been having over 300 athletes participating. It's the first time we are having such good turnout for our meets, and we expect this one to be no different. In fact, we expect it to be the biggest one thus far. And And if I may also tell you that the next meet will be also honoring one of our stalwart administrators. That's our former president, Mr. Charles George.
All right, so the meet is the fourth in a series of athletic events the Grenada Athletic Association has been hosting over the years. This other one to report, sports will form part of Grenada's 49th anniversary of independence celebrations with a number of sporting activities. Member of the National Celebrations Committee, Raphael Crony, who oversees that aspect of the celebrations, says they're excited about the upcoming activities, which begin on January 23.
The disciplines that would be played would be cricket. We have swimming. We also have boxing, and that's we also have beach tennis, which is something that we'll have for the first time. And then we also going to be having some table tennis championship, which we are going to be giving some support to. So those are basically the disciplines we'll be having come starting the 23rd of January. And our sporting activity is expected to end just about the 16th of February.
Looking forward to the sporting activities. That's the sports news for now. The Keith Rowley administration has put forward current Senate President Christine Kangaloo as the sole nominee for President of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. However, opposition leader Kamla Persad-Bissessar said the opposition is concerned that an active politician is being considered for the role and has therefore objected to the appointment. Prime Minister Rowley met with Persad-Bissessar on Friday for discussions regarding the appointment of a person to serve as President of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Other government officials attended the talks, which were held at the Diplomatic Center in St. Anne's. Well, several emergency medical technicians of the Guyana Fire and Rescue Service are considering going on strike over an ongoing issue regarding a one-month bonus and salary increases. We get more in this HGP TV report.
Even though they usually receive a one-month tax-free bonus as they are employed and trained by the Guyana Fire Service, emergency medical technicians of the Guyana Fire and Rescue Service are disappointed that they are ineligible for the one-month bonus for members of the joint services and have not been granted a salary increase for 2022. In a letter dispatched to Nightly News, some EMTs are aggrieved that they were not listed with soldiers, firefighters, prison service and police to receive the one-month year-end bonus. Home Affairs Minister Robeson Ben was pressed for answers on this issue on the sidelines of an event held at the Guyana Fire Service on Wednesday.
They are not joint service ranks or personnel. They come under a separate arrangement and regime. They are kind of attached to the fire service, and so they're not entitled to the payment.
A number of EMTs have told this reporter that if their grievances are not met, industrial action will be their only choice.
I think in the prior year when they got a payment, it had to do with their engagement in respect of the COVID relief. That's when they got a payment. But in respect of this issue, they are not entitled.
The Home Affairs Minister was adamant that a circular recently issued by the Ministry of Finance did not cater for EMTs for salary increases or bonuses.
They will not be getting any consideration. They are not entitled. You ask about whether they should get or whatever. They're not entitled according to the circular.
Okay, but could there be another circular that will be provided?
No, I'm not aware of that.
Okay.
I'm not aware of that. We've had a couple of discussions, but I'm not aware that there's any resort in respect of that at the moment.
There are more than 100 EMTs within the Ghana Fire Service. An emergency medical technician is a medical professional who gives emergency care to people outside of or on the way to the hospital. They can give basic medical and first aid care until a person can get help at a hospital or other medical facility. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News.
Further afield, the United States is expanding restrictions to rapidly expel migrants entering the country illegally. The new rules will impact Cuban, Nicaraguan, Venezuelan, and Haitian migrants caught at the U.S.-Mexico border. President Joe Biden announced the new measures on Thursday in his first major speech on border security since taking office. Details from Al Jazeera.
A new year, new arrivals and a new plan by President Joe Biden aimed at slowing the rising tide of migrants trying to enter the U.S. illegally.
Today, my administration is taking several steps to stiffen enforcement for those who try to come without a legal right to stay, and to put in place a faster process, I emphasize a faster process, to decide a claim of asylum.
The new measure would create a legal, albeit narrow, pathway for the growing number of Cubans, Nicaraguans and Haitians making their way north. Up to 30,000 migrants a month, those with sponsors and who pass background checks, will be allowed into the U.S. to live and to work for 2 years, but they will have to travel by plane. If they try to smuggle themselves in by land or by sea and get caught, they will be barred. The numbers of illegal migrants has exploded in recent years, particularly at the land border. States like California, Texas, Arizona saw more than 2.7 million arrivals last year, way up from the 2021 number of 1.9 million.
We anticipate this action is going to substantially reduce the number of people attempting to cross our southwest border without going through a legal process.
This week, the arrival of hundreds of migrants from Cuba forced the closure of a national park off the coast of Florida. On Thursday, they were moved to the U.S. mainland.
Stay with us. We'll remind you of the headlines after this. This is GBN, a reminder of the headlines. Taxpayers who are in arrears given the opportunity of a clean slate as government implements tax amnesty. Young boy who was reported missing has been found and is receiving help. His mother says thank you. Governor General declares January 7 University of the West Indies Day. Midwives and nurses in Grenada taught new methods in maternal health. Regionally, Trinidad and Tobago government proposes Senate President Christine Kangaloo as President of the Twin Island Republic. The opposition objects. Internationally, U.S. unveils new border curbs for Haitians, Cubans, and Nicaraguans. Plus, in the sports news, Grenada Athletic Association hosts Adrian Mitchell meet on Saturday. That's GBN News for Friday, January 6, 2023. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online, gbn.gd, on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Kenroy, Baptiste, inviting you to tune in to the Weekend Review on Sunday if you can. We'll see you soon. Good night.